and do it fast. It's time for the Evercast. Are you ready to greet Ed, Rich, Crow, and Pete as they talk Evercade? Good times will never fade. Put away the switchblade, sheath the sword of Vienna. Stop the blaster master, there's no enemy below as we dip into euphoria. Turn on, tune in, and do it fast. It's time for the Evercast.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Evercade podcast. Today you just have the three of us, me, Crow, and Pete, and Rich is Genejoke. How you doing?
Do we know Rich isn't showing up at all, or will he show up?
I talked to him earlier. He's good.
Oh, he's definitely not coming?
Yeah, definitely not coming. Yeah.
Okay.
He's got family stuff and work stuff.
No, I watched one of his videos yesterday on the Polymega. I thought.
Nice.
Yay.
Well, he did a video. Actually, something we'll talk about. No surprise. There's ever delays, of course.
There's what?
There's ever delays. We'll talk about it.
Are you saying Everglaze?
I had emails from Evercade too.
Ever delays.
Oh, Ever delays. I thought you were saying Everglaze. I was like, we're talking about donuts now or something.
Yeah.
I got an email from Royal Mail saying parcel blah 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 from Funstock Distribution Limited has now arrived in Canada. Well, okay. I don't really care that it's arrived in Canada. I just want to know when it's going to be arrive in my house.
Yeah, damn it.
How do I try?
It's weird. It's like I ordered something and it kept telling me I was going to get it next week. I got it yesterday. And then after I got it several hours, it's like, it's out for delivery. It's like, well, I already got it.
I love now that you don't need to have to go to a vendor site to track a number. You just throw it in your search bar on your Google, your Chrome,
and it just knows.
It just knows what distributor it is. It's like finally AI working for me.
Well, it goes a step further. It tells me before I even know, because I get the email with the tracking number, and it already scanned the email knowing I'm getting a package. So it just updates me as it's going through the system without me
Google will do
asking.
That too.
Yeah, Google's a little bit too smart, but that's why I think Chrome sucks as a browser, because it's got so much going on. It takes forever. It's really resource intensive, right?
Yeah, it originally wasn't, but it became that way. So I don't really use it. I don't use it anymore. Really.
No, I use I do certain things on it at work because they have a professional Google account, so I have to use it at work. That's basically it. You know what I mean? Where you can like sign up with Google and have your own account.
Yeah.
Up and stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got emails from them, but I did get a delay email too, but I didn't really read it because I was assuming I'd get something this summer. So I don't know, Ed, you probably know more about it than we do.
Yeah. We'll talk about it. We'll say hi to the chat. We'll talk about it. We'll do that and stuff. And we got DF, we got some members, we got Rasta, got Genejoke, hey Rigatoni, Morley, and yes, I finally added you to you're added to the credits finally.
Every time I hear Rigatoni, I think I get a craving for pasta. I don't know why.
I might be going to Olive Garden later. Maybe I'll have Rigatoni.
Rigatoni.
The producer of the show got on my ass, so I finally did it. Archive gig. Got Immortal. A beautiful day. 90. Stay inside, play games 90% of it.
It's so raining here right now, and go to rain all day.
It's hot as hell in Texas.
It's always hot.
How hot is hot as hell?
Well, when it gets to a certain thing, they just don't show the temperature anymore. No, like your 90s, 100.
We're gonna be in the high 90s till Monday.
That's not seasonal for you though. That's just
the heat index will be over 100 for the next 3 days.
Texas is seasonal to be 100 degrees, I think.
Yeah. Oh, Lord JRM. Sorry, glad I got Joe Whitlash and Gene. Total Recall in 2 weeks and all that. And sorry, people.
What? Recall in 2 weeks? What?
Because of the heat, because in Total Recall they turn off the oxygen and it's hot. Do a Total Recall 2 weeks impression. Yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
117.
Get ready for a surprise.
God. Yeah, I'll talk about the news. I'm going to say, sorry, people, I wasn't on last night. Family time. Actually, the first,
Well, Emodal Surgeon has me beat. The hottest temperature I ever was in was 114. So he beat me by 3 degrees.
Yeah, mine was 115 roughly in Laredo, Texas, when I was working down there. It was 115, and it felt like I was in a oven, like I was cooking like a chicken.
That's the thing, man. The stinky heat.
Actually, when it was that 114 at one day, my rear view mirror on my car like just fell off the windshield.
Oh, that's
Oh, he meant the ever delay. So Rich made a video and PSA. Don't ever order when you order your carts, don't ever order any accessories or super pockets with it. Don't let this happen to you. Because the super pockets, what a surprise! They're delayed now till July 10th. And so if you order, yep.
So it doesn't matter if you're not going to play those carts till July anyway.
Well, it matters to like people like Ed and him who do play it all the time, right?
Yeah. It matters to me, damn it.
I'm behind. I played the second Tomb Raider collection, so.
Because when I did that order on Songbird, because the Video Games Plus cancellation, I just ordered all 3, the 2 carts and the Super Pocket Neo Geo together. If they all get delayed because the Super Pocket's delayed a month or so, it doesn't really matter. I wasn't going to get to those carts anyway.
Good for you. But yeah, so those who pre-ordered those got rewarded. Hey, Blunters. Oh, since you brought up Songbird, so I did just say something since I made a video about that. Some people understood what I was talking about. Some people didn't. Like, they just kept repeating myself, saying they were a small company. But here's one thing that I want to throw out there. And actually, I have to give Rich credit this, and I should have said this in the video. Let's say through some magical means, like the tariffs went down all of a sudden, and then let's say like Evercade carts became $10 cheaper.
That's never going to happen.
Yeah, no, it would never happen. But let's say it did. Do you really think Songbird would go back, or any other vendor would go back and refund everybody the difference? No, they're not going to. So that's
the odds of it happening are slim to none, but I wouldn't say it's impossible. I wouldn't say it's impossible.
Yeah, no, it's funny.
If you think about it, Amazon does that. If you buy something and before if you pre-order something and it goes down in price before they send it out to you, they refund you the difference of like the lowest price and the price you paid.
I've never had that happen, but yeah, no,
I get emails from Amazon all the time. It's like, oh, you saved on your pre-order by 3 cents.
Yeah, it's like because it got 3 cents cheaper since you pre-ordered it.
Yeah. I did get a couple one time a while ago where it was like $10. Like I saved $10 for some reason. I'm like, all right, I'll take that.
Yeah, Amazon will do that.
Yeah. So the Neo Geo Pockets are delayed, right?
Both, and the Data East.
Oh shoot,
both are delayed.
The Data East one, I don't think I ordered that one.
No, that's like one of the least popular of the new ones.
Yeah, I didn't order that one. I did get it. I guess what's shipping to me now is the Karnoff and Friends, Windjammers, Karnoffs and Friends, and
Friends.
The other one.
East 3.
Yeah, and the other one's coming. There's 4 that were supposed to be shipped to us, right? In the next little while.
Yeah, then we get Neo Geo 1, and then we get the roguelike.
Yeah.
64.
John Hancock got them because he did a video on them.
Oh, well, of course. All the big YouTubers did.
Crazy they probably get them they probably get them a month ahead of time.
Jason at Retro Expo, I talked to John for about, 45 minutes. And if we ever want him on the show again, just let me know and he'll come on and chat and stuff like that. Because he has a game on the Evercade, right? So
yes, that'd be fun. Heck yeah. I'd be done with it.
I was talking to him for a bit. He was up there doing his panel and stuff like that. Great guy.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, I bought the only game I don't own from him is the one I bought this time. I bought a GBA version of it. I can't remember what it's called now. It's in my bag of goodies I have to do a pickup video on, but what's it called? I don't know. It's here somewhere.
If you buy stuff and you put it on camera, it's a pickup video. But what if tortoises? Okay. Yeah, but if you did the opposite, if you filmed yourself selling your stuff, would that be a put down video?
No. I guess I don't know.
Get your footage.
But I have all his games, so like mostly on Atari 2600. So this one I want my GBA because I modded my GBA. So, but yes.
Very cool, very cool. Yeah, no, it'd be cool to have him on the show and whatnot. But yeah, so that was kind of the main thing delayed, not a surprise. But yeah, I learned my lesson when I ordered the grip a while back, and I had to cancel my order and redo it.
Just order every single thing individually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never do this bulk ordering.
Well, so here's the thing though, because like
that was a rookie mistake by Rich.
Well, and he said that, but I was talking to him. I said, I don't blame you for doing this because they sorted all the problems out. They got a new supplier and all that for United States and Canada, and yeah, I guess we should have known better. But
yeah, kind of weird.
See, this is what you get for supporting Super Pockets.
But I'm fine. I'm not going to change anything.
No.
Yeah, I can wait. It's only an extra 10 days, right?
Oh, it's not even a month, not even half a month, huh?
Yeah, it was supposed to be end of June. We were supposed to get them.
Okay.
Probably next week. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Probably next Friday or Saturday.
Like,
yeah, okay.
I was expecting it. Right? Like, weren't we all expecting it?
You know what? Let's just say that if there's a delay, I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
I don't literally expect it to be delayed, but if it is delayed, whatever.
Yeah.
I expect it. I not expected it, but like it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I'm totally okay with it. Like, I got so much going on right now. Anyway, it's like, yeah, it'll come at the perfect time for me probably.
Oh yeah.
In about
I totally get that. Just for me, when your main content is on Evercade and there's like no consistency, it can be annoying.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It really impacts the channels that are 100% dedicated to it.
Yeah.
But like school's ending this week anyway, with upcoming week, so I got so much going on. So like, I'm okay with the break. Quote from the retro summoner. Hey, there's a quote that Genejoke put up.
Oh, we clicked at the same time.
Oh, we did, yeah.
Yeah. Retro Asylum interview. The December carts will be the ones that will make everyone on the fence. You know what? That's cool to say, but I'm tired of that because they're always like very generic. Like these next carts, one of them is going to be one that really people want so badly. It's so obvious. Here's another one.
Right? That's the two last ones they haven't announced.
Yeah.
Jeez, I couldn't imagine what it could possibly be. Where
they're too vague. Yeah.
That's a pretty powerful statement to make, right?
Because like, how many games are on the Evercade, and for somebody to be sitting there being like, "Oh, there's like 400 games," but
I'm kind of with you on that. Like, what would universally make somebody, considering there's like 600 games on the Evercade, go, "Now I'm getting it"?
Like, is it something that we haven't seen on the Evercade yet?
It has to be something like Sega. Like something so mainstream that would say, "Wow, it would get IGN type press," right?
But still, it's like if it was something like Sega or Konami or something like that. I don't know if that would make somebody on the fence of getting Evercade, because
there's a lot of only Sega fans out there, right?
Yeah, but they would have all the Sega stuff already.
I guess I'm not sure. I'm just throwing ideas out there, right?
Funny that you say that, Pete, because in my polls I asked, which IP would you like to see later this year? And I didn't put Konami there on purpose because everyone would vote for it. And yeah, Sega, 56%.
Yeah, I'm having fun with the new Sonic Generations. I got the upgrade for the Switch 2 because I already owned it on Switch. Man, oh man, did I ever miss out on such a good game. Like, the Switch 2 version has the Shadows campaign that goes along with the Sonic campaign, and I'm having a blast playing that game. The level's a little bit too long, but super fun. So that makes me kind of think, did I kind of miss out on a lot of the Sonic games? Because I'm a Mario guy, right? I never played Sonic, only at like somebody's a friend's house or cousin's house.
Yeah.
But I mean, it feels like I want to go back and play them all now, right? From Master System all the way up. Not buy them or anything, but just find a way to play them. And I'm like, oh, I got tons of way to play them because I have the Genesis collection, and I have on the Switch, and I have tons of Genesis collections on PS2, Xbox. You know what I mean?
For as many copies of Sonic the Hedgehog I've had on collections and the original cartridges and stuff, I've still never played through the whole game.
I've played through Greenfields a million times.
Yes, exactly. I could get through that.
So they confirmed
it's not as good as Mario in any way, right? Like, you put a Mario game up, and I guess I'm biased, but I think most of the world would say it. You put a Mario game, mainstream Mario, up against a mainstream Sonic, Mario always wins.
Well, I don't know. It depends on who you're asking.
No, yeah, you're right. Yeah, because it's biased.
It's all good.
Yeah, wrong crowd to ask that question to.
Yeah.
So Evercade confirmed the 3 cards will be a first-time IP. Really, all 3 of them.
Oh, is that the quote?
I heard
First
that like
time IP, so first time to the Evercade IP. Well, obviously,
Wait, are we talking about the last 3? Will those 3 will be from the same IP, or
What?
will
They
they be
haven't
3
announced-
different
they
IPs?
didn't announce 2 cards, guys. It's 3 cards they didn't announce?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think there's 3. Yeah.
Oh, I got big news. Remember I showed you this is my original Broken Leader 1? I finally pulled the trigger and bought this from eBay for $50, an actual fully functioning Leader 1 that's not broken.
Oh, GoBot, right?
GoBot, yeah. So now I finally have I've got my original, and now I've got one that's in jet form that has what are these called? Do you guys know what these pieces are called?
Fins.
Tail fins?
I don't know if there's stabilizers or I don't really know. I'm not a.
Anyway, just an adjacent conversation.
Gene says
I
Mario
now
is.
have both Leader 1s.
He's messing with you.
Mario's been. Oh, Gene, get over it. Gene, I know what you look like now, Gene. So, yeah, no way that face could say that thing.
Oh God.
You haven't seen Gene? He was on the Total Evercade podcast. He was awesome.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I did see him there. Yeah, I know I saw him somewhere, and yeah, I did watch that.
I was just watching because I usually watch their show once a month. Like I like their show, so I was watching it. I'm like, is that Gene? Gene? That is Gene.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, so people want Sega more so than like Capcom on carts and.
Yeah, I'm over Capcom.
Yeah.
I genuinely tell you, to be honest with you, would be excited over Sega. Like I honestly would be genuinely excited because I feel that would bring a whole new audience to Evercade and exposure to them because it's still such a top of mind brand in retro gaming and gaming in general. So, plus Sega's we haven't heard any news on it, but remember they're redoing a bunch of their classic games like Golden Axe Shinobi. That's all due to come out this year and early part of 2026. So they'll be in the spotlight for those games, and if they can get Evercade can get a retro collection going, it kind of you can bank on that free marketing, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. If it is Sega, that could be arcade or console carts.
Yeah, it could be anything.
I know what it's gonna be. You know what it's going to be? It's going to be 3 new blue computer carts with Spectrum with like god awful games and all.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't convert anybody to it. Maybe again, they're really European centric, right? So
yeah.
I think blue.
Maybe they think that it would cause Americans to flock to the Evercade.
Exactly. See, that's
computer gaming in the retro space is a subgenre of retro gaming. It's the niche. It's kind of more of a niche, and it's a big niche. Don't get me wrong; it's a huge niche. But it was funny at the Retro Expo last week. Here, the second and third floor had computer rooms, and to be fair, they were packed the entire day with people in there just curiously sitting down and playing old computers. And it's one of the few retro shows that dedicates complete space to retro computers.
Actually, around here, I keep missing it because but there's a vintage computer festival.
Yeah,
like specifically only for vintage computers.
But the problem with me is I don't want to put a cassette in and wait 20 minutes to play the game, or that's the drawback that's always been there with vintage computing, even in its time. I used to go to my buddy's house in Commodore 64, put a cassette in, wait 10 minutes for it to load. I'm like, I get bored and play Atari. It's like instant.
Well, what's funny is in North America, the disk drive was more common than the tape deck.
Yeah. I did like my PC Junior, though. I fell in love with the PC Junior.
I have an appreciation for vintage computing, but now with like the way technology is, it's difficult to go back. I've lived that. I work in computers,
Yeah, I wish they could find a very straightforward system because there was amazing games on the computers in the 90s and 2000s that you can't play now because of DRM. I wish there was like a website or a system I could just go and play all those classic games like Star Trek Armada, all those games that came out that were so good, and just play them on the computer as opposed to trying, because right now you can't. Most computers don't even have a disk drive.
Yeah, we don't really need them anymore.
I know. I just love to have like a portal I could go to and just play all these old PC games.
like, okay,
There
so
probably is. I wouldn't surprise me if somewhere on the internet that there is.
Yeah.
Because there are websites where you can play console games. So it wouldn't surprise me if there was something
It's a
like
dangerous
that for
search to put in.
I wish somebody would cut down. I know like Crazy Burger did this like once or twice, but like make like a 10 or 20-minute video of the highlights, because I kind of find when you do watch his videos, like 90% of it is stuff that you already know. And so like I don't know, that's why I don't like listening to that.
While we're talking about emulation really quick, you actually just reminded me. Ever heard of 3D Sen? Basically, it's an NES emulator, but it makes the games 3D.
Yeah, I hate that.
That's blasphemy.
Yeah,
The only reason I'm bringing it up is because I had it on my wish list on Steam, and I forgot that it came out of early access, and it's on sale until June. 3D Sen, 3DSEN.
I'm saving all my money for the big Steam sale on the 26th. 3D.
Okay, well the sale on this ends on the 26th.
Yeah, 3D Sen PC.
Yes, that's it.
It's $11, not bad.
That's more of a curiosity. Like you'll play it for a little bit and be like, okay.
Well, that's the same thing with everything else I have on Steam. So
yeah. That's the beauty of Steam, right? You can go pay a game for $5 and play it for an hour and say, "Wow, I got more than my money's worth out of that." Right. Oh, I'll be back, guys. I gotta refill my coffee.
Go do it. Yeah, see, that's the other. See, that's the problem. And like, my thing is that, like, we're not going to, Blaze has never said like anything, even when they've come on here to like hint the carts. Now they used to do hints a while back, like play the sounds of a trailer and do cool stuff. Gives a little insight. Maybe. I want to know.
Okay. I can't even remember what was on that podcast now.
I would love to find like somebody in the industry. They would either come on here or Carg and just talk about what's the process of licensing any like video game or like any like retro game and all that. Like I would be very curious to.
Well, it depends really, because it depends on exactly what you're going after, because there could be multiple licenses you have to get just for one game. It depends on how, like, if that's why Farsight Studios did Kickstarters on certain tables. Like they did like the Doctor Who one. Well, then you had to get the license from Bally, you had to get the license from the BBC, you had to and then maybe the music was a different license. It was the same thing with Indiana Jones. I know that for a fact. Like then you have to get the license for Harrison Ford's likeness, and then John Williams score. So it could be like many, and even then when that table's released, it costs like 3 times more than other tables because of all the fees they had to pay for licensing.
Oh, there's definitely a process. I mean, lawyers write up contracts, but I mean, I'm more like video games, like Marvel versus Capcom, like that. Marvel versus Capcom 2, like that's amazing that was put in an arcade 1-up.
Well, what made things simpler was the fact that Disney acquired the rights to all those characters. So that's why it was so difficult to get that game out again, because at a certain point in time, different characters were owned by different license holders.
See, that kind of doesn't make sense to me, because if you have a license, like why wouldn't you want it to be there? Did I just say lawyers?
Some people don't. Sometimes you don't even know who owns the license. That's a problem too.
Right, but I'm talking about where they own the license, they have the properties.
Well, it's if you have a property and somebody's asking you for the license, and you're unsure of the quality of that type of product that you're going to put out. You don't want your IP to be put out on a product that seems to be that everybody hates, because then your IP is kind of like associated with that.
You don't want to damage reputation. Yeah.
That's why they want to be careful.
I think Evercade is a pretty good property, pretty good ecosystem.
Yeah.
I think you got good reputation. I think, if that's what you're talking about.
Yes, yeah.
But if you remember, like with SNK and the Neo Geo stuff, Blaze had those licenses in the past, and they put out an inferior product that.
I have it in my closet, the gold.
Yeah. So I wonder if that's what caused what took so long for them to get.
Was it the same company though?
It was Blaze.
Yeah,
As
but
far
I
as-
wonder if it's the same current company because they could have renamed or something. But
Yeah, I don't know. I just know it was Blaze. So it's hard
Yeah.
for me to imagine that it's like it's the same name. You would imagine it may not be the same people, but it's the same
right.
name.
Yeah, I was just always curious. You and I talked about that many years ago, right? When I told you I
Yeah.
had the gold, and it was said I was surprised it was made by Blaze Entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just kind of fun. Yeah, it's a piece of. It looks great. It's a beautiful system. You plug it in, like it feels like it's gonna catch on fire. It overheats. It does a lot of things.
The emulation's crappy.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
horrible,
yeah,
dude. It's
emulation was bad.
So stuttery and
Yeah. I think with some companies like Data East, they're more than willing to wheel and deal or lesser known. But someone like Sega, they can demand whatever. But here's another thing I'll throw at you all. I don't think it's a coincidence that the cost of Evercade carts went up $5. Kind of before announcing like the Neo Geo partnership, because they may have had to make a deal with Neo Geo saying we'll give you X% of all sales during this 2-year period. Like we don't know, and they probably could demand.
That the cart stayed the price it did for as long as it did, actually, considering it released during the pandemic and pandemic impact pricing across the board for a lot of other products. I was just surprised it stayed pretty even for like 3-4 years.
I think but I think that's what helped make Evercade popular because people were looking.
No doubt, it's an affordable option, right?
Yeah, I hope they don't forget that it's the price. Like when they're getting.
I think that will impact. I think in the future, if they keep that price point, how many games they can put on the cart and the licenses they do. You know what I mean? They probably, if they keep it at $30, that means instead of having 8 games, it's probably a 5-game cart. I'm okay with that if the prices are kept the same.
Yeah.
See, part of me wouldn't care if they doubled the price if they put double the games on the cart.
No, then you're into the Switch budget category, and that gets a bit challenging, right?
I can see where it's like, but then again, it's like then you wind up swapping out cartridges less frequently.
Yeah.
To me, though, it's not the quantity; it's the quality of games. They could have 1 game, they could have 2 games. If it's just you have to feel like it's worth the value.
Yeah, it's all about that, right? Like, it's got to be the value proposition, right? Like, to be honest with you, and I've said many times, sometimes I buy a collection and it's got 10 games on it, but I tend to play, like, if there's 1 or 2 that gives me 8-10 hours of entertainment, that's worth it for me. Like, the rest is just extra games. Like, that's the way I look at it too, right? Like, what was that? The game, the RPG that came out in its first year on the Pico collection, Brave Battle Saga or something like that.
Yeah.
I played that for almost 35 or 40 hours. That made that collection that made that collection. It could have been it could have been an only game, and I would have said that's an amazing collection. It wouldn't have been a collection if it's 1 game, but because that's the game that I just discovered on there, right?
Yeah, that and Watermark.
Korean game that never came to the West. So that's how I look at it, right? Like, it's not all or nothing for me. It's like, hey, man, if there's a game I play a lot on there, it's like, I kind of, that's how I view it, right? It's same as any other collection. I mean, Switch, like Sega collection, like, what game? Okay, I'll just do a roundtable. You get the Sega collection, the 50 games on the Sega Mini. Which game did you play the most? Or did you play them all equally? You probably played a couple more than others, right? I think Pro played Puyo probably the most.
I don't remember, actually. I don't even think I played it that much.
So, like, I played a crap ton of Shinobi on that, and, that's the one I played a lot, and I played the Gauntlet game, not Gauntlet, I forgot the name of it. Like, those are the ones. I probably played 6 of the 50 the most, and I was okay with that, paying $50 for that collection. And I still think, to this day, the Sega Minis are the best minis ever done, and I love Nintendo, but I think the 2 minis they were made were the best of the mini generation.
Well, I'll tell you why the Sega Mini is the best mini, because it has USB port. You can plug in any controller.
Yeah, the Nintendo one's great games, and in fact they have Final Fantasy in there and that other, but you had to have the custom stupid little USB custom
but,
stuff.
But the Sega Mini one isn't the only one that had USB ports. The PlayStation one did, and also the TurboGrafx
one. Really great one, the TurboGrafx, but because the USB burns out and ruins the board, mine's useless. It's just a piece of plastic.
Huh.
Yeah, that's a massive flaw.
But I played, like, I own like that Sega collection that you used to be able to buy on all consoles, and it was like $9.99 on sale. But the reason I bring up quality and quantity is because I think Blaze thought in the beginning they had to offer quantity, and we didn't really see many single games. And
They
remember,
admitted to that though. Remember on the
Yeah.
podcast that originally when they put like 20 something games on the Atari, they wished they didn't do that. Remember
Yeah.
they were on our show and Sean admitted
Yes.
that many years ago that
yeah,
they wished they didn't do that. And
Yeah.
I could see that, right? Because they gave the whole house away for
Well,
they could have probably
to be
broke that.
honest, though, they are just Atari 2600 games. So
Let's not disrespect the Atari, buddy.
I'm not disrespecting Atari, but if you're looking at the size of these games,
No, I know. I'm just messing with you, dude.
it's like
'Cause I know you're
okay.
a Atari fanboy.
A lot of these games are would be considered mini games in other games, you know?
yeah,
There's a game I'm gonna hopefully do a video on today if I feel good enough. That a company sent me a code for. That's a modern indie game based on the 1980s with a lot of Atari stuff. I'll send you after the show. I'll show you what the game looks like. But I got the code for it. So actually, I can talk to you guys.
Is it
now.
Utopia?
No, I'm gonna. I'll let you know right now. I just gotta find it in my millions of Steam stuff I got here, dude.
Yeah.
But it comes in on 26. But they said I can.
Oh.
There's no embargo, so I can. They want me to do a video on it. And I'm like, sure, man. This is right up my freaking alley, right? The trailer for it's pretty wild. Anyway, keep talking. I'll find it. It's in my email.
No, but like I think
called Claus Lee Thunderballs.
Yeah.
So this is it. This is the email. We're totally looking for righteous dudes and dudettes. The 80s, it wasn't just a decade. It was like a totally gnarly way of life. We're talking ripping biceps, epic mullets, and move so smooth they make a boombox blush. Sorry. So it's like, oh, you know what it is? Hero. You have a jetpack, and you're going around the jetpack. So it's that game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like Hero for 2600, which is probably one of the best games on the 2600 in my opinion.
Yeah.
This is kind of their version of it. So I'm gonna have a video out. Oh, I'm hoping tomorrow on it, like kind of a preview video on it.
That'd be cool. But I'll make another bold prediction too in regards to the blue carts. I think because now like we see that we have like a rematch. I think for computer collections, I think they're going to be like MSX. I don't think we're just going to. I don't still think we're going to get just a bunch of like random games thrown on anymore. I think for the price that Blaze is charged, I think in general, I think they're going to remove a lot of their. Do I dare say shovelware? That's what I'm hoping that they pay. That they're like, hey, they take the lesser games, but the better games since they're charging more. Either that, or if they throw out like a typical blue collection, I don't think people in the U.S. will be buying it as much. The people are already being like super selective, like the Rogue, like whatever Rogue 64 DX, that interests some people. Like,
that looks interesting. I'm gonna definitely buy that one for sure. I want to see what that one's like. That's definitely seems like it seems like they made a lot of improvements on that over the original too. So we'll see. But yeah, it's an interesting. I wonder, like, will we ever have a year where we don't have a lot of this kind of like shipping issues? Like,
no,
I don't think so either. It's with us forever.
They've had 5 years they've had 5 years to figure it out, and really, if you think about it, like Blaze as a company really hasn't grown too much. They finally have caught up, and they've given us like all the features that other emulation products have had for a while. Like maybe we'll see more growth. I don't know. I'm hoping we will. I'm hoping this year will be the make or break. If these last 3 carts end up being like bangers, then holy crap, like that would be awesome. Like if we saw Sega, that would be cool. Do you really think? I don't know. Sega TurboGrafx. I think it's going to be some weird obscure system, or it'll be something like the Gex collection that I know I don't care about. I know some people want that, but it'll probably be something I don't like. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, I don't think Gex is mainstream enough. I mean, maybe if they go after the Spyro collection for PlayStation, that could probably, I don't know, Tekken.
I don't think Hudson Soft would be awesome, or Konami, or like
Tekken would be great.
Yeah, I don't know, but the fact that they said that in an interview means they're pretty bullish on it, which is interesting.
Yeah. But I kind of feel like
I didn't know about that interview. When was that? Where is that on a website?
It was on a podcast.
Oh, a podcast.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'm not plugged in as much as I used to be on all that kind of stuff. So.
Well, for me, it's just it's time, right? And then usually on the way home, I'm listening to different I'm really heavily involved in listening to a Dungeons and Dragons podcast. And
Oh, I listen to classic rock, 80s, 70s, 80s music when I come home.
yeah, it's kind of like my time to escape from different things, and so that's plus something like that. I find more fun to watch as a visual, like a visual medium. That's why I kind of wish, but.
I tried to drive and listen to books on tape, but I kept falling asleep, and I'm like, well, that's not good while you're driving. Fall asleep while listening.
But yeah, other than we know Konami's probably not happening. Namco is a possibility, but other than Namco and Sega or TurboGrafx 16, which I guess is still Konami. I don't know what else.
We already got Namco though.
Yeah, Namco would be cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm like, it's interesting you mention it. So that means they're bullish. So are they bullish for the European British market, or are they bullish for the North American market with that statement? That's the question.
Yeah.
Right?
See, that's the thing. What they find exciting is different than I think what a lot of other people would find exciting. I could be wrong, but either that or that's the only licenses they can get. So of course they have to hype it up. I don't know. You found it on YouTube?
Either way, it gives us something to talk about and predict, and we'll probably won't find out about that until August. I mean, geez, man, July is almost here.
Yeah.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah. It took this year is flown by, but it's difficult for me to allow myself to get excited about carts with vague clues when we haven't even gotten these carts yet. So I try.
Yeah, I mean, if they're the last 3 carts of the year, I don't know why I'd even be thinking about them.
Well, and I feel and I'll keep saying 2023 was the hype. I don't know if they can top the Duke, something like the Duke collection, on that level of excitement. I want them to. But can they?
Yeah, that was pretty special. That Duke stuff.
Liar.
You made Ed a liar.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
Right.
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, we had a little break in my undisclosed location, so
Did you get a
stop
church
by,
or something?
say hi.
He's in the underground caves.
They're in the church or something.
Yeah, I'm in what they call it's like our meeting room. So they call it the Allen room.
Oh, nice. What are you working on a Saturday for? What the heck?
Yeah, sometimes you got to do it, man. You got.
Hopefully you get
Sometimes the work
double time.
needs to get done.
Hopefully you get
He's the man in charge. He's the man in charge.
Yes, that's right. Well, he has 2 studios, so it's like everybody works for Rich.
I wish, man.
Bust out a riches.
That's better name. Yeah. Don't
Nice.
don't get them going.
Yeah. So how's it going, everyone? You guys hanging in?
Yeah, we had some stuff to talk about today, and yeah, it's been good.
We talked
Yeah.
about never delays of the pocket and all that. And I was
Yeah.
thinking the video and I'm PSA. I'm like don't do what Rich did.
Man, it's just I feel
Rich
so
got burned
silly.
again by that dude. It's like, you should know better.
I absolutely should have known
One
better.
sock at a
And
time, dude. One sock.
The
one
day,
order.
the day I put in the order, I was like, "Why did I do that?" And then I was like, "They're not going to delay this one. Come on,
Oh,
it's
of
Neo
course
Geo."
not. No, of course not.
Yeah.
Boom. Ever delay.
Oh,
That's okay.
it's all
No,
good.
we're
Yeah, and was it? It's like 2 weeks. It's not going to be terrible. So
Yeah, and you got Polymega games to play anyway.
that's
There you
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
No,
should
we
be
just
shipping
talked about,
11
delays
and
of
12
the
now
last
too.
cards. Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's not out yet. You can't. That's not out until July, right?
Yeah, 11 and 12. Yeah, it'll probably ship in a week or 2.
Yeah.
But I did just get 9 and 10. Did the box opening yesterday. It was pretty cool.
I know. I watched it. I was telling the boys this. They said you weren't here, and I said, "Well, I watched him on his video yesterday."
Wow. Yeah, that's why we couldn't. That's why we couldn't say, and that's why I said he wasn't going to be here.
Probation. He's in the probation.
Yeah.
He's dressed too
I
good.
could do a weird Inception thing because you guys are up on the television. Because I was using my laptop to do this presentation, and then so you guys are actually I'm hearing you through the TV that's in front of me.
Oh,
Oh, okay, that's the
wow.
So yeah, if I did this, it's like
Inception.
yeah.
Da-da-da!
He's definitely not in a church.
Who are those fools? Right.
There it is.
Awesome. Well, that's good. It sucks you have to work on the weekend though.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's you do it and then it's fine.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it's Fanatics. I wish I was there, man.
What is? Oh yeah, I've been hearing a lot about the Fanatics Festival.
Yeah,
And
Fanatics Festival's in Jacob Javits right now, I think.
yeah, they're ruining the card collecting industry apparently, and the jersey game too, because they officially now the jerseys NHL and their products are crap, man.
Yeah.
They don't have good.
Oh, the
quality.
Fanatic stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, their
It's
quality.
not amazing, but it's one of those low security. Yeah, I can walk out at any time, Gene. Just,
white
but the
collar
problem is when I walk out, it's like a reverse prison. So like when I walk out, the door's locked behind me, so I can't get back in.
There you go.
You're in a white collar prison.
That's it.
That's awesome.
So,
In Ever Prison.
Amazon US has Evercade again?
Yep, not in Canada though. They're not available on Amazon CA. They're
but
there,
they're
but they're stay out of stock.
Let's
No, we were talking about the fact that they did. I don't know, Rich. Did you see or listen to the podcast in which they said that the carts left that they have to announce for December are going to be something that will tip people into the Evercade ecosystem, or something along those lines. Did you?
Yeah,
hear that?
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't listen to the latest one, the Retro Titans podcast, but they were on. I can't remember which one they were on. They were on another podcast.
Yeah, somebody mentioned it up above. I
month
can't
ago,
remember.
and they said something similar, but what they said was that it was something that might be a little unexpected, but something that's
This is it here, the Retro Asylum interview. That was the one they mentioned. 2 big carts and something else.
yeah. So hey, I'll bring it on.
Yeah, I'm I think Ed did a poll, and I was thinking maybe Sega, but
Yeah.
That'd be huge.
That's what the IP is. Yeah. Sega, Irem, Namco. I forget what else. Yeah.
Is Crow on mute?
Crow's doing something.
Isn't
He's on
He's
mute.
on mute. He's on mute.
We can't hear you.
I don't know what to say. I get
he's still
it.
on mute. He's trying to fix it.
He's been doing something on the side there for 10 minutes now. No one knows.
No,
what
so you know what? And here's from the news.
No, I wasn't on mute. It just decided to work anymore.
Throw them up.
Oh.
I was gonna say, Gene, I have an idea for you because I know he's plugged into the Discords. Put out a weekly 5-minute Evercade video, a recap of stuff like that. That people have to dig in the Discords and listen.
That's your job.
I don't have time for that.
For a 5-minute video. I'm sure you do.
But I would give him credit, and I would feature that. Hey, here's what Gene picked out this week.
You're
You
looking
do-
for content. It's
You do have time
weird.
for it. You don't have content to work on, so you got time for that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, actually, I mean,
I
if
like
they,
that just walk right into that. I'm like, that's your job, good sir. You're the only one of us that has a dedicated Evercade podcast or YouTube channel.
well, seriously though, if the community wanted a rundown of all the social
You
stuff
used to do it, right?
that in the Evercade land, if they wanted it, you got 45 people in the chat, just say, hey, do it, and then I'll do
Well,
it.
at the end of the day, isn't this show supposed to be that?
Right, exactly. It's yeah. So
Kind of, yeah, but there's lots of
we
little
could
bits.
I could do that, and then it'd be notes for the show, so I don't forget to bring
This
up
dude's
stuff.
working on Saturday, and he looks like he
Yeah.
can find the time. Come on,
Yeah.
come on, Ed.
Gene's do it.
Yeah. The problem is Blaze will go and do stuff, but they won't. But for some reason, they won't use that for their own PR, or they won't recap. Hey, we were on this, and here's some cool things. Here's some highlights we talked about. I don't know.
Yeah.
They don't. They kind of hide. That's what I mean. They hide their news embedded in social medias and stuff. Not So I don't know.
How do you suggest they release their news? if not in
Um,
social media?
I'm actually surprised they don't do like they don't like just make a video. They have a YouTube channel.
That's technically social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like it's easier to watch a video whether it's on that or a TikTok or something than have to go through someone like they don't have anything like official. Like sometimes they'll put on a blog like something that's like static where you don't have to like search through like lots of text, snail mail magazines, like Discord or
Yeah, magazine,
be part of,
newspaper.
part of
We
like
used to have a magazine, the Ever magazine. They don't put that out anymore.
Yeah, actually, they hint in the same podcast that issue 6 was going to come out.
It's like over a year now. It's like a year and a half.
Oh,
Right?
it's been longer than that, I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
all about the email sign.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I know that Liam and all the guys that were working on it, that a lot of stuff happened. Like they got super busy, and they were like, yeah, you know what, this project is getting a little crazy. So
you're playing delays.
But so I know they took a break. But if they're coming out with another issue, I mean, I'm all about it. I love that thing. I've got all five issues behind me in Studio A.
Cool.
I think I bought some of them digitally, and then kind of forgot that they were releasing them.
I got one. No, it's a neat kind of novelty, but the problem though with the internet and everything, I feel kind of like if you want to be up to the date on the latest news, it kind of like ruins that. But probably by the time you get an issue. But yeah, it's kind of a neat novelty. No, I can't believe is they kind of like do it for free and that you just like pay the cost of the printing, and that's a lot of work. That's like really a lot of work.
Not free because I paid for it digitally.
No, you could really because you could
Yeah,
download
sell it on. I bought it off of Amazon. It was like
for
a couple
physical
bucks.
copy, but you could download it for free from their website only if you wanted it printed out.
Well, I could swore I bought it off of Amazon. Digitally.
No, you can buy it off Amazon. Like they'll print it, and that's what they charge the cost for because they want it to be like a higher quality. I don't know because it's like kind of expensive for that. I think they were afraid to charge it. Like no, I think they should have also charged a cost for their labor or very little, or I don't know. But,
Evercade Evolution. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could buy it for the Kindle for $3.
oh, maybe if you buy, yeah, because you could download the PDFs for free from their website,
They still have it available.
and then you could just transfer that to like an iPad and watch that for free.
They don't have it. You can't print them anymore on Amazon. They used to have it where you could just buy an issue.
Yeah,
They pulled it down. That's not. Oh man,
that's
Come on.
weird.
Are you sure? Because it looks like I could buy it paperback.
But either way, I mean, it's a cool thing.
Oh, there we go. You got to put magazine. You got to search it as magazine.
I just searched for Evercade magazine, and it came up.
Yeah. Because if you search Evercade Evolution with no magazine, it doesn't do anything.
Well,
Isn't that weird?
It's
How
very
like
weird.
you'll type in exactly what you want, and it doesn't show it to you.
It's 100% weird.
Yeah, number 5.
But yeah, you can get all 5 issues.
Yeah, number 5 came out 2022, so they're like 3 years ago, December 2022.
Yeah. Well, so I remember. So I don't know if anyone else remembers, but I used to talk to Liam all the time because he'd reach out to see if people wanted to like write articles and stuff. And I'm terrible with like deadlines, as evidenced by my own channel. But I constantly was like, just like, hey man, whatever you want me to write, I'll write some kind of funny thing. But the writing team on the magazine is awesome. Like the rest of those guys, they write great stuff. So, like I said, if they're coming out with another issue, I'm out. I'm in.
I was asked that a long time ago. Like that medium isn't for that's like that's like a lot of work. Like I would almost rather go to work than write. I was like, if you want to ask me a question, I'll answer it. But I'm like, otherwise, dude, that's like legit. So I feel appreciated that they asked me, but I was like, nah.
Oh yeah, man. Hats off to the team because like it's a monumental task trying to get one of these things done.
Yes.
And get paid for it. But to be doing this like basically gratis. I mean, you're making nothing when you're selling them on Amazon. It's not even a thing. That's not like an income. But
I would have thought like writing something out would have been like I don't want to do that. But for a lot of the videos I've been making, I've been writing out scripts anyway. Last one I put out, it was like a 3 or 4 page script that I wrote out before.
Yeah, I mean it's fun. It's like part of like celebration of the community, right? To have like like how cool is it? It was like Evercade has a fanzine and you can get issues of it. It's rad. It's really really cool.
There's there's a niche. Yeah, there's definitely a niche market for that.
Yeah,
I think what I would have done, like I know, like Cyrus, he put out one, and I think he had like people like if you were like a member, and then you would automatically like get it or something.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
get it like, digitally. But I think he even stopped doing it because it was like a lot of work. Which
Well,
he was just
that's always the thing, right? Like
Yeah.
the passion project eats all your free time, and then you're like, oh wait, I needed that. I needed some of that time.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, size magazines were cool too. He wrote a couple books as well, and they were pretty neat.
Yeah. A special. Yeah. See, I
That
think
would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be rad.
Here's the way that you like if you were to do that now, and I'm maybe kind of surprised. Like you start a Patreon, and you're like at the lowest level, you get a digital copy every month, and then it's like, hey, if you're at this level, we'll automatically send you a physical. That's kind of how that's how you do that, and then you kind of like guaranteed to get something for your time and your effort, because that's a lot. I mean that's definitely a lot. And then maybe eventually you could get like a sponsor if you get to a point, put in the pages, like that'd be cool.
Yeah. Oh, to answer Mike's question about the yeah, there you go. That's you're right, Mike. In your second comment, it says 10% duty. It's a percentage of the total order, but there are exceptions. For example, like larger electronics might have a different rate or no rate, depending upon what they are and what they're classed as. But most things will have 10%, and then you'll have to like figure out whatever it is. Is this for the carts, Mike? Did you not do what I did and just order the carts? Because yeah, you're gonna probably find out before I do, which is the other annoying thing about the story for me was I wanted so badly to be like, oh, this is the process. Let me make the video so I can show like this is what happens when you order from Funstock. And now I have to wait until July in order to do it. So
yeah. No, I'd be curious. I wonder if it's going to be consistent. Like one day, let's say it's 10%, and another time it's like 30%, and then who the hell knows? And then you have to go to the post office. Like I know, like I'm like no one's gonna when they drop that off, no one's gonna be available. I'm gonna have to go down there. Yeah, or make my wife go down there.
I will say that there is a silver lining even to my scenario, because I thought that I was going to have to go all the way to a different town in order to pick up my item. But apparently they reinstituted the neighborhood post office in my town, and it's a block and a half away from my house. So I was like, that's rad, because I can get on the end of my shift home with enough time to get over there before they close. So that might not be as bad. You ordered the Super Pockets and then the carts. See, Mike did it right. That's how to do it. Order the cart separate from the hardware.
Like they knew the price was going to go up. It's like I doubt Japan would do this, but have them made over there. Then that would be like better quality and stuff. I don't know. No, just kidding. But have serious, like at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be interesting. I'm hoping, because I've never ordered from Songbirds. I'm hoping my carts will come on time. I hope so.
Yeah.
I should pay $8 in shipping.
And yeah, people are right. I mean, if you do just Evercade, there are some more carts that are floating around, and some of them are for lower prices. Like Thalamus is still $19. Pico 4 is $24.99. It's pretty cool.
I did collections that nobody wants. No, I'm kidding. But no, I know what you mean.
Some of them are weird though. Like Duke Nukem 1, it's like $34.99.
Yeah, I could see that.
But they've got Neo Geo Arcade and Roadcraft on Amazon, and they don't have Peggy logos on them.
Ooh.
Yeah, usually Amazon. That was why I was going with them originally, was because I knew I wasn't getting Peggy logos with Amazon.
Yeah.
If it
And
could
then
be
all of a sudden they dried up on that stuff.
yeah, like
Ed,
if it
Ed
could
needs a
be
second copy of Thalamus.
yeah,
I thought that
Yeah,
was a
no,
pretty good one, right?
no, I haven't.
That'll be the next card I get to after Tomb Raider.
I'm looking forward to what my reaction will be for the Gremlin 2 collection.
I don't know, man. I think it's going to be a
good.
surprise.
It's got loaded and reloaded on it. I mean, they're not the greatest games, but they're way better than anything that was on the first Gremlin collection.
Well, yeah, but you could say that about like 99% of the cards. But yeah, Creatures Completion.
Creatures Completion Quest.
Yes, that is true.
I would do it. I would do it.
Yeah, Immortal Soldier. Yeah, you can still get Peggy logoed carts on Amazon, but if it's a brand new cart, odds are it won't have the Peggy logo on it. It's only when you get third-party sellers that are selling stuff.
It's weird that that's the thing you get hung up on. It's a little logo.
Hey, if every single Evercade cart had a Peggy logo on it, I wouldn't even be making any sort of deal about it. But the fact that I even got one of them without a Peggy logo on, I was like, this is a thing? Then I want this.
Remember, we're speaking to the man that bothered him the Karnov and Friends name. So
that still kind of bothers me, because it makes me think of, like, the cartoon Garfield and Friends, or like any TV show where it's like, oh, we don't have enough space to fill in for the main thing, so let's add in something extra.
Didn't you say you were going to put a label like Data East 3 or something like that? Too?
I'm probably Data East 2.5, something like that for
the US one. No, they don't have anything.
What does he mean by that? What ones does the USA have?
What do we have instead of the Peggy? Nothing, right? If I remember.
Oh, no. Yeah, we don't have anything on our Evercade cards. It should be the ESRB. But you don't actually need to put the ESRB logo, do a rating, unless you plan on selling it in a retail store.
Yeah, because there's no ESRBs for digitals on Steam.
Yeah.
You have to pay for that. It's really expensive. So
yeah, it doesn't make sense to have to pay for it if you don't need it.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
Guys, I've got to get ready to go.
It's about that. It's about that time, Troy.
Yeah.
Wrap up. Won't you go?
But to be honest, like if I went and compared like the ESRB logos versus the Peggy ones, I would have to go with the ESRB ones just because they're black and white, and the Peggy ones are big giant splotches of color.
Just look at some of them on like AAA games. They're massive. They take up like a lower third of the cover, which is so gross, and they're yellow and red, green.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it kind of really distracts the eye from the rest of the cover art.
Well, I gotta go. Thanks everybody for joining us. Lots of content on the channel as always. Go check out the Quest for Mario games. Those shorts are people are enjoying those. So, I'll see you guys next week.
All right. See ya.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
See ya.
What do you guys got going on next week or today or whatever?
Well, I think I'm finally going to play some games, which is going to be sweet. So, I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to, hopefully, by the time the day ends, having the Atari VCS store work again. That'd be kind of neat. I haven't gotten any updates on the Discord yet, but that might be a thing. And then, I think that's going to be the focus. Play games, Evercade and Polymega, and then see if we can get those games on the Atari VCS store. But then, of course, it's the end of July, so something's going to wind up dropping. I can almost
end of June. End of June.
Yes. There's going to be news of some variety, and I think it actually is going to come out of Atari. I think Atari is going to drop some news that something may or may not have been called by me
just
like a year ago.
Reminded me. I bought all of the last batch of 7800 and 2600 cartridges that they put out for pre-order, and I don't know when they're being released because it just occurred to me I did that a couple months ago.
I think they said I thought I saw something somewhere, and it could have been from BCB actually that that they were going to ship soon, but I don't know when soon is. It could be like 2 or 3 weeks. So who knows? Who knows what's going on in these days and age? So oh, cool. Dave said that it was coming this weekend or soon. So all right, cool. We'll keep an eye on it. Yeah, they've been working on it.
Does Atari own? Oh, they're going to publish Golden Tee on consoles.
That's right. Yeah, it's a digital Eclipse project. So think like Cowabunga Collection,
Oh, okay.
Karateka, like that kind of stuff. It's not. I don't think it's a gold series, but it's a.
But you're going to need a trackball to play that.
That's what I was going to say.
That's what everyone else said. Yeah.
Well, I have a trackball somewhere, but for PC.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the only cool thing is the trackball that's on the at games. I've heard that you can get it to work on consoles, so that might be a thing.
Oh, you mean the replacement one, or the one that came with
like on my Legends ALU?
Like at games. Okay, for some reason I was thinking arcade one up for some reason. Okay.
Yeah, there's a USB port that you can plug in, and then apparently you can plug it into like a regular console and like use it as controllers. And apparently the trackball works on some games.
I don't know. I was always thinking about that thing, but I never did get. That has it built in, right? The at games core.
Control.
Yes. Yeah. I've got a spinner and a trackball on mine.
I don't know.
I'll have to look into that.
It'd be weird to see how that plays on Steam Deck.
Yeah, that would be kind of weird. Yeah. I mean, if they went with like the whatchamacallit, you know, the Tiger Woods controls, I mean, that wouldn't be too bad.
I never liked the Tiger Wood controls though. I always like the Hot Shots, the 3-button click thing that has been around forever. I love that. That's my preferred method. But
yeah, I'm like almost completely the opposite on that because I love like it actually feels like you pull back and you push forward and you're like that's like a swing.
I tried it with the Tiger Woods one and I always never flick it back up. You know, I always wind up hooking it to the left. Always. And I was like, I'm going to stick with Hot Shots Golf.
Oh, that's cool. The Breakout Beyond's going to have Tate mode?
Yes, actually, it's out now, I think. I saw videos of people doing it.
That's cool. All right, I'm going to have to check that out, too.
Oh, wait, is that Breakout Beyond now? Is that the last one that just came out? Breakout, but is that the one that was supposed to be the Amico game? And
that's
then,
right. Yes.
Okay.
It's Breakout as Breakout Beyond.
Yeah, I saw somebody. They actually had it on their digital pinball machine, so they were playing on a giant screen.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's how they were playing it.
Yeah.
That's neat. That's neat.
Cool.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Ballistic, about the long-term solution. And the fact that they're actually trying to get one on the VCS store side of things. Because, that means Atari's like, all right, well, we're not just done, which is good. So.
Cool. What do you got going on your channel, Crow?
Earlier this week, I did put out a video, and this is so weird. I don't know if it's coincidence or what, but Pinball FX put out 2 Tomb Raider pinball tables. So one of them's Adventures of Lara Croft, and the other one's Secrets of Croft Manor. So one of them's like her out in the adventures, and one of them's in her house. And that's what I've been working on, trying to get it, because I had an advanced copy of it. So I was trying to get the video out on the day of release when the embargo kind of ended. But I did it, which surprised me. It really surprised me that I put that video out when I did. So I actually still need to make a couple more videos on those tables. But I'll probably film those on Sunday. Just, one for each table. Just gameplay. But in the meantime, I have actually continued playing Tomb Raider. And I'm still only 2/3 of the way through the first game.
Yeah.
I'm progressing. It feels like I'm progressing so slow through that game. Like only one level a day at most.
I got 20 plus hours, and I had to have like Gene Immortals and like the chat's help too.
Well, I've been playing it. I've been trying to figure it out on my own, but I have a guide up just in case I get really stuck, and like I have been referencing that, especially the one level where I was like I couldn't figure out where one of the keys was, and it was like one of the levels where you have to raise the water, but then I didn't realize you have to lower the water again just to be able to get to the switch. that you find a key. That's why I couldn't find it. That's why I couldn't get it.
I kid you not, like before that, I'm like, oh man. I'm like, man, go swim through this water. And Gene's like, yeah, you're going to hate the next level. All it is like raising the water and levers.
But the thing that really slows me down, the other thing that really slows me down is I really love killing Lara Croft. So every opportunity I get to see her die, I have to see it. Like several times.
That's wild.
Oh, look, I'm really high up. I should do a swan dive.
Wow, you try to do intentional. No, I feel
Like
bad.
I've been, and actually that's what I'm working on. I'm editing the footage that I captured yesterday while playing. And I've been like making the normal video, but at the same time, I'm making a death reel. Just all the clips of her dying.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there's places I know. No, but no, yeah. I felt bad sometimes when Lara would die. Yeah, but I might have to get back into that. It took a little bit of a break. The thing though is that like, I feel like when I play that, like you have to beat the whole level because if you only are halfway through, it's very difficult. Like, shit, what levers do I have to hit? Yeah, he decided.
You know, it's really funny. I didn't even realize it, but just the clips of the deaths of Lara Croft, I have that video. I'm only 2/3 of the way through, and that video is already over 22 minutes long.
What's Lord? Lord. You're gonna make not misogynistic.
Oh, let's do a swan dive onto these spikes on the ground. I want to aim for them. Never gets old for me. I love it.
Wild times.
So tonight or this afternoon, sometime I should be back streaming again. I think I know what I'm going to do next week for an Evercade video. It actually might be like a video about gameplay instead of me complaining. So we'll see.
Sounds good, man.
All right. So yeah, I think we'll end it. I think we'll call it here. And it's cool that Rich could join us. And I do have to say, if you stumbled upon the YouTubeverse and you like what you see, please consider subscribing to all our channels and all those cool YouTube stuff. Thank you everyone so much.
Whoa, who's vacuuming?
Goodbye.
Thanks, Crashline, Immortal Sojourn, Amber Cummings, Joe Whitlush, Alex Groot.